Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, it's here again.
And this is our 6th episode of
Where Are We Wednesday?
So today we're hanging out on my porch. We thought the sun would be shining, but
Not shining, and it's chilly.
supposedly it's spring.
We're pretending it's spring.
We're
anyways.
pretending it's spring.
It's
It's spring.
spring, yeah.
So what we're doing today is we have a spring topic.
We have a spring
okay?
topic, yes.
It's called the spring market because we are real estate
Okay, but we
attorneys.
can't bang the table because
Okay.
we really have
That's
this
right.
phone sitting on
Yeah.
this little prop, and every time
may
we
fall
shake,
over.
it may fall
This
over.
is
So
true.
we're
This is true.
apologizing
Okay,
up
so-
front when it comes
yeah.
crashing down.
Yeah. So if we lose you for a minute, we'll
And
be
the
right
wind,
back.
the wind may knock it down too.
Oh,
We're gonna think of the wind.
There you go.
See, I'm psychic.
Okay.
I kind of knew
Oops.
that.
All right. See the. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
All
I
right.
think we're gonna
All
have to
right. Wait
hold
a minute.
it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold. Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay. Anywho.
Okay, before we start, can I just talk about my new phone that I got, the XR, and my sparkly little case? Isn't that really
That's
cool?
beautiful.
Look at that.
That's
My daughter.
really,
look-
really
I still haven't
nice.
figured out how to use it though. Thank God for my daughter.
But you figured out the sparkle.
I did figure out the
That's really
sparkle.
all that
What's the
matters.
wind?
Yeah.
It's gonna
Mhm.
blow. It's
Yeah.
gonna go
Mhm.
down. No.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Spring market.
So,
Real
as
estate.
real estate attorneys, we don't really get involved in the offer stage, although I know I always tell clients they're more than welcome to call me if they have questions.
Yep.
But, we're seeing a lot of, with the inventory low, a lot of times people will do desperate things to get that offer accepted. And we want to talk about some of the dangers of that. For example, I have received offers that say that they're waiving the home inspection.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they call me and they say, well, you can add it, right? We're here to say we can walk on water, but we can't add a home inspection after you've waived it in the offer.
So, for anyone who's not 100% familiar, basically the offer is the first stage if you're looking to buy a property.
Mm-hmm.
In Massachusetts, it's different in New Hampshire. So in Massachusetts, if you're looking to purchase a property, we do the offer stage first. And usually the brokers work with the buyers to do that, the agents. And whatever is in the offer is what Sandy's trying to get at. Whatever is in the offer is the language that we sort of carry forward into a purchase and sales agreement. We can make some adjustments and some additions, but we can't drastically change the terms. So that becomes an issue when you're trying to submit an offer and exclude some substantial terms in order to get the offer accepted. We can't then get those added into
Right.
the purchase and sales agreement.
Right. Because if you're a seller, your real estate agent, if you've got multiple offers, are going to lay out all the offers on the table to you. And, no home inspection, no financing, cash offer. These are all really good things. And they're ways that people are going to, want to buy, you're going to want to accept. And the sellers, if they rely on that, they're relying on it.
And that's what sellers do when they pick the offers, is they're relying on those substantial terms. So changing those terms from a buyer's perspective is pretty slim to none.
Right.
So you want to, as much as you want to get your offer approved and accepted, you also need to make sure that you're protected. And that's
Right.
like the main thing when
Right.
we're doing purchase and sales agreements and offer stages.
Because one of the biggest things that we protect is your deposit. You're putting down a substantial amount of money and you don't want to lose it. And, if for financing, if you decide, oh, I've got great credit, I know I can get this loan, and you decide to waive financing, not a great idea, because a part of the financing is also an appraisal. Oops. Hello.
Doing it again.
See, here we are.
We knew this.
We're back. Okay. Okay. Hi.
We're just making sure you're all awake and
Okey-dokey.
following
Yep.
us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. All right. We'll just fix that.
And
a
if
little
anybody
bit.
wants to be
Yeah.
a future videographer for us and wants
Yeah.
to follow us
Yeah, we're
around on
looking. Yeah.
Wednesdays, we would really love that.
Yeah, that would be fun. Hi, Amy. So, what was I saying?
I have no idea.
Financing. They're going to do an appraisal on the property. If the property doesn't appraise, then, you can't get out of the deal. You're going to have to maybe come up with more money. So it's really not a good idea to waive things. I see people who own homes who have to sell in order to purchase. Unless you can pay cash, you got to put in that offer that it's subject to your selling the property that you have now.
Right, because waiving that contingency can be dangerous for all parties
Right.
involved.
Exactly.
So, and
Exactly.
I've had one that's been extended for quite a while. The other thing that's, I'm advising some of my buyers in this market is one, to put an escalation clause in the offer, and two, I've advised a few buyers, and it's actually been beneficial for them is to write a letter to the seller.
Love notes.
The love notes, yes.
Yeah.
And so they may seem corny.
Especially to real estate attorneys.
Yes, I mean,
The first time I heard it, I was like, you want me to write a what?
right. But so what a love letter is basically is, you know, if a seller is selling a property and they've got multiple offers on the table, they may feel more connected. You know, again, we're selling our home that we've lived in for however many years, right? So we have some attachment issues to our homes. We want to make sure that the people buying the homes are actually, you know, someone that we want in our house, right? So you read these letters that buyers submit that explain their circumstances, their situations, why they would, you know, feel honored to be in the house.
Yep.
And sometimes the sellers choose the offer based on that, and I've seen it be successful for a few people. So
I have a friend who accepted an offer, and it did have a love letter, and she said to me, oh, the couple is adorable. And I said, how do you know what they look like? They had
sent
their
pictures.
wedding stationery with them,
Cute.
their wedding picture.
right. I mean, it's a nice little touch. It's like, you know,
They
it's
own
like
her house now.
It's like the handwritten thank yous. You know, it's an art that's lost in
working
today's
on
world,
those.
right? Exactly. So
You saw.
and then the escalation
there.
clause. Do you want
The
to talk about that?
escalation clause is, you know, you put in an offer that you're willing to pay X.
Yep.
There's a lot of construction going
Is
on
that
around
construction
here.
or
Yeah.
fire trucks? I don't know. We're in the city.
And, the city of Salem. Okie dokie. And if somebody else offers, you sort of put in there how much you're willing to go up to a limit. And then that way, you're not going back and forth, and you have like an extra opportunity.
Sort of already
to-
built in with
built
what
in.
you're, how high you're willing to
Yeah.
go, and that's not, you know, so the sellers know, and the other offers are coming in as
Yep.
well.
Right.
How high they'll come
Yep.
back to you and say. So, like in
Yep.
other words, if you're willing to go up to $550 on a property, but you initially offered, you know, $510, you know, they're going to
Yep.
come back, and they have to prove that they received
The offer.
offers.
Yes,
That,
yes.
So they
Make
can't
sure
just
you
say,
get
"Oh
that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
you
we got an
know."
offer.
So
We're
they
taking
can
$5,000
come
more from
back
you.
and say, "Oh, we have an offer we're willing to accept for $525. Are you willing to go above that and go
Yep.
from there?" And that's how it builds up. So
Yeah. For the people that do have to sell something, there's also something called a kick-out clause, which is a good idea. You put forth an offer that your property has to be sold in order for you to buy. The sellers continue to market the property. If they get an offer on the property, then they will come back to you and say, we have another offer. And then you as a buyer have two options. You can either waive the contingency, and I'll talk about that in a minute, or walk away. If you waive the contingency and you don't sell your house, you're still obligated to purchase the house that you've put the offer on, so you may lose your deposit. So it's an okay thing to do, but you know, when it gets to the point, if there's another offer out there, then
it's best
it's
for you
best
as a buyer to walk away than to waive that
unless you have
contingency.
cash,
Right?
or hit the lottery.
Because to waive that contingency means they can hold you to it, and you'll
Yeah.
have to figure out a way to come up with that money
Right.
to buy that
Or
property.
lose your deposit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the main
That's
thing
not
is we're
good.
trying
Yeah.
to protect deposits.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit about offers anyways. And then so just, you know, going forward, the offer, once the offer's accepted, is when we get into the next steps of, you know, purchase and sales, and that's definitely when you need to have
Yep.
our involvement
Yep.
in, and
Yep.
because standard purchase and sales is normally like 4 pages, but I think when the attorneys are done with it, it's
12.
Yeah, it could be 12, 15, you know, anywhere from 8 to 12 pages, who knows.
You also want to make sure that you have a pre-approval letter
Yes.
from a lender.
Whoop, whoop.
Make sure it's a good lender.
Catch that.
Amy, the joys of live video. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, Alicia, get back to work. You don't
Right.
need to buy a house right now.
Right, exactly.
But oh, you will. Okay.
So for anyone who
back.
you know needs a
Here we go.
realtor, if
Yep.
you're selling or buying,
Yep.
or needs a loan officer,
Yeah. We have lots of referrals.
Yep.
Yeah.
and of
Lots.
course, we're the best attorneys in the entire.
Exactly,
you know.
exactly. And to all the realtors out there, for Where Are We Wednesday, give us a call. We'd love to come and
show
show
some
one of your
houses.
properties.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And people love to look at houses, especially other people's.
Right.
So that's about it.
For
So
this
we'll-
week?
Yeah. So
We'll
have
catch
a
you next
great
week.
week, and we'll see you next week at
Where Are We Wednesday?
Bye bye.